Hi, this is Natalie Rice. I'm here from sportsbookreview.com. The finals of the FA Cup is fast approaching, which will see third place Arsenal play 17th place Aston Villa on Saturday at Wembley Stadium. Joining us now to preview the match is Stuart from TalkingTipsters.com, and do stay tuned for his top tip at the end. Now, Aston Villa surprised us with their end-of-season performances and making it to the FA Cup finals here. Can they continue to surprise us and beat Arsenal to win the Cup?
I think that Arsenal have actually got a side that's pretty well put together to take advantage of Aston Villa's weaknesses. You know, there is some issues at the heart of Aston Villa's defence. They're susceptible against pace, so I don't think that Aston Villa have got a huge chance. Obviously, on the day, anything can happen, but it's going to be an interesting game, probably a fun one to watch. But if I was an Aston Villa fan, I think I'd be happy that my team avoided relegation and wouldn't be counting my chickens on the FA Cup just too much, just yet.
Okay. Well, do you think this is going to be an easy win for Arsenal, or will Aston Villa sort of make it difficult for them?
Aston Villa will give them a game. You know, one of the things we've seen since Tim Sherwood came over is very few sides have an easy ride. You know, they've taken a couple of pastings here and there, but generally they've punched above their weight. They've actually started to look more like a real team. Their defence has looked a lot better. So there's plenty of things that Aston Villa can do to give Arsenal a hard time, just whether or not they're going to be able to do that.
So taking a look at the winners market, Arsenal are priced 1.57 there, Ladbrokes, the draw 4.1, Bet365 and Aston Villa 7,888 Sport. Now obviously Arsenal are a strong team, 1.57 for say the bigger better. Is that worth a stake?
Yeah, I think there's probably a sliver of value in there. You know, I think a big better will be looking at it and saying, right, I need to make sure there's value for my money. I would say there's just about a sliver in there. You put them around 1.52, something like that. So 0.05, that's probably enough for a big better to go for.
Okay. Now, last two meetings, Arsenal beat Aston Villa 3-0 and 5-0 respectively. Are you expecting Aston Villa to score this time around?
They could do. They've looked a bit better in the goal scoring department since Sherwood took over. Benteke's looked like he's the kind of player that can give defences a bit of a nightmare time. The only thing is that Arsenal's defence seems to have got better since the January transfer window. So they're definitely looking better in the air, and that's where Benteke does his best work as well. So I think it could be a clean sheet for Arsenal.
Okay, well, the both teams to score yes market is 2 with Bet365 and no is slightly shorter there, 1.8 William Hill. What do you lean on the goals here? Obviously, we saw 3 goals, we saw 5 goals. So based on that, what are we looking at?
Well, I'm expecting to see an open game. I'm expecting to see a few goals. I would be very surprised if Tim Sherwood tried to close things down. It's going to be a spectacle. It's what he's going to say to his team. You know, it's a spectacle. Go out there, play your part, do your best to win. You know, we've got the team to cause them some problems, so let's go and do it. Now, if he tries and plays the high line that he's played in a couple of other recent matches, they're going to get annihilated. They're going to get slaughtered. You know, they do not have the defence that's going to be able to keep up with players like Walcott. You know, they are going to really, really hurt them. And I think this could be a 3-0 to Arsenal if he goes that way.
Well, based on that, would you play Arsenal half-time, full-time, 2.3 with Ladbrokes, or the draw Arsenal 4.3, 888 Sport?
That's a market I'm going to stay out of. The FA Cup is very, very difficult at times. And it's the final. Anything can happen, as we saw last year, where Hull took an early lead and then look what happened. I'm going to be staying out of that kind of betting. I think I'm just going to enjoy the game for what it is and have a slight bet on something different.
All right, I've got one more bet to run by you before we get to your top tip. Obviously, the over of the total goals, 1.91 there. You said you wouldn't be surprised if you saw a 3-0 to Arsenal. Would you back sort of Arsenal and the over 2.15 William Hill? Is that enough value for you to consider the bet?
Well, that fits in with my thinking on both. So, yeah, I probably would, actually. You know me, I normally go for straight bets, so I don't normally go for combined bets. But that one's one I like, actually, I have to say.
All right, so go on. What's your the top tip here for this match?
Well, you've just taken the wind out of my sails a little bit. I was going to go for over 2.5 goals. I found out at 1.85 with Ladbrokes, and as you said, there are better odds out there if you have a look around. I think it's worth having a look at. I think it will be an open game, and I think that one could very well come in.
All right, so you're going for the over 2.5 goals, and for a touch more value, you can add the Arsenal win there. If you think this is Arsenal's to win, but maybe Aston Villa are going to surprise us one last time. Stuart is from talkingtipsters.com. If you'd like to check out Talking Tipsters, it's a totally free service. The link can be found in the description box below this video. Stuart, thank you for joining us today.
Anytime.